What's up, guys, and welcome back to another PSO2 station recap. So, a couple things before we get started. I'm not sure you can tell by my voice. I'm actually really excited to do this video. Like, really excited after what I just read. Holy crap, this is gonna be awesome. Um, and I say that like because I haven't really been excited for PSO2 content in a while, and this actually is. I'm gonna log in probably today after what I just read. Like, full disclosure, I'm not even lying. I'm gonna log in today because I want to get prepared. Because what the stuff I'm reading is actually really, really good. Not from a content perspective completely. Like, they're still there from a content perspective. I think it's gonna be a good thing for content as well. But just from a gearing perspective, I've read good things. So we're gonna get into that in just a moment. I did want to say that the station recap part 1 for 25 did get taken down. Unfortunately, anything that we actually look at any photos with any of this, if I blow up any pictures whatsoever, immediately SEGA content copyright strikes it and it gets taken down. So we will not be opening any of these pictures. I will have a link to the video or to this location in the video description. You guys are more than welcome to check it out on your own. If you want to pull it up and follow alongside the video so you guys can get a better look, by all means, feel free. But I will not be able to open up any of those because if I do in any of these videos, then they're down. So hopefully that's the reason why it was taken down. This is also gonna be partially a test as well to make sure, because as we're not going to open up any of these photos, they are photos here. Hopefully that doesn't get these right and taking it down. Anyway, before I start to run out of breath, let's jump right into this. So first off, we have our usual. Excuse me. Thank you, Ricardo, for doing all of this as you usually do. It's usually Ricardo at the top there. It's usually, every once in a while here to see a different name, but I usually see up there. So thank you as always. So Secret Phrase will get you. So this is cool. We get an L's Lion trigger. So if you haven't had a chance to get one of those triggers for hunting the new monster and the crossover, you can get a trigger just for saying the secret phrase. 20 yellow hunting stones and 3 half dolls. You have until the 28th maintenance to do this, so get on top of that, guys. That'll be in the video description for you to copy in case you don't get to this website or you cannot get to this website for some reason. Of course, then they have the emergency quest boost poll. Ended up being incarnation of knowledge, and it was 100% experience and drop rate boost, 10% if you attended the concert. We also had the Net Summer Vacation doll. I actually am not a fan of this, mainly because that looks kind of gross to me. Not gonna lie. Like, it just seems kind of gross. Like, I get it, thin, but did you have to really include that? I don't like it. That's just me, though. And then, of course, the best. No, I'm joking. Let's move past all that shit. I really don't care any of this stuff. Item codes are going to be in what looks like to be one of the fashion catalogs. It's going to be on sale on the 28th if you live in Japan and you can get, or you're importing stuff, whatever you're doing. Sale on the 28th, and it's going to come with, it looks like a weapon camo, a room item, hair, I believe this is hair. Looks like a lobby action, a free color or a color change pass, and a free salon pass, which we'll talk about color change passes in a moment. They are changing slightly, which is going to be good. They're showing us the early December update where we get our lobby, Saint Rappy, Nunya, bingo rewards are going to be the Rappy device. I think the evolution device for the Christmas Rappy, I'd imagine, is what it's supposed to be. And then Frankus Cafe is going to be redecorated. We'll also get in the early December update. Let's see. We have, looks like Hori and I'm not sure if that's supposed to say AI or I'm not sure. Christmas NPCs. Because we're getting more NPCs. Oh, I know who it is. Yeah, it's this dude. It's all of them. It's Tsugaya, Hori, and Al. Yep, okay, I got it now. All of them as Christmas NPCs. Their client orders get their partner cards. And then there is a camo, I believe, that's related to it as well. You guys can check out the camo in the photo. I'm not going to be blowing it up. Early December updates. Merry Christmas on Ice. This year's seasonal prefix name boss will appear. Yeah, okay, whatever. Just a seasonal boss, not a barely big deal. Quest drop, White Rappy suit. So pretty standard if you guys are looking for suits to trade in. White Rappy suit is probably going to be the cheapest. Relatively soon. Oh, this is White Rappy mini suit actually. No, this is a new one. So that will not be the case. Early December update, Christmas Fantasy AC Scratch. Looks like we'll get Hitsugaya, Kohori, Rina, and Aika costumes. Black Story costume? Odd. I do see a reindeer. I'm hoping that's a mini reindeer costume, like a black mini reindeer, because if that's the case, I'll be all over that shit. That'll be dope. Anyway, let's see. Table dance lobby action. Cool, cool, not a big deal. This is something interesting that I read. I'm not sure how this, if I understood this properly. This is also in the early December update. Change the base weapon to look like the material weapon. So if this is what I think it is, and this is something we've been asking for, so you're able to change your weapon to look like a different weapon. For the example they give is change the Atra into a 1-star sword. I'm not sure if there are going to be limitations on what swords it can be, but it sounds like being able to either change your weapon or just giving it a camo of a different weapon that exists without having to just use regular camos. If this does work as changing the look of the weapon itself, without utilizing this camo system, that would actually take care of one of the problems I had as a bouncer having multiple elements or multiples of the same weapon with different elements. I could actually just physically change them into different weapons for the representation of what elements they actually are. So that's kind of cool if that's how it works. It will require a weapon form change pass, which can be found in Ultimate Solo Quest, which that's something else that's coming up. This is where I was saying that, from a content perspective, this might be actually pretty cool. Special collection file, we're getting a seasonal collection file that's going to have, apparently it's going to have the Quell Glitter. It's going to have 14-star weapons. Actually, I didn't really think about this when I read it, but it's a collection file for 14 stars. I think that's the first one, right? I'm pretty sure that's the first one. I might be wrong about that. I haven't played PSO2 in a little while, so correct me if I'm mistaken. I think that's the first one, but it says that it contains seasonal 14-star weapons, Quell Glitter, and a bunch of other quells. It's the Exium Bunker and a bunch of other stuff. They said, and more. Sheets contain affix boosters as well. So that's two things. One, people being able to obtain 14-star weapons, and I mean, I hate the collection file system, but at least it's a way that you can get a hold of them. And two, affixing is a pain in the ass. Being able to get 14 or 40% affix boosters is actually pretty awesome. So hell, that's good. If you guys if you're not holding on to your, what's it called, your I can't think of the name of them. Your star gems. You're not holding on to your star gems, dude. Start stacking them up now. Hardcore. All right, so here comes the next part. So this is also in the early December update, which all this stuff has been in the early December update. So that's a lot, which is awesome. We're getting Ultimate Solo Quest, The Remains of a Parallel World, where you face off against Omega Masquerade. It starts at level 1, but becomes exceptionally stronger as the level rises. Omega Masquerade becomes stronger each time it's killed. I'm assuming you kill him to raise his level. I'm not sure if it's like anyone kills him in their individual instance and he raises his level. I'm assuming it's every time you kill him, he gets in level and he gets more difficult each time, and he tiers up, 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 and up, and up. Only thing that kind of sucks about this sort of mechanic is you really understand his fight over time. If his individual mechanics or his individual fight isn't interesting by itself, then it's not going to get any more interesting the higher he levels. It's just going to become less forgiving, more damage is going to be done, so on and so forth. So we'll have to see how that scales up. It sounds interesting, but we'll see. Also in the early December update, we get a new AC scratch, or I'm sorry, a new SG scratch for the Battleware Selection 2, which it looks like it shows the Omega versions of the different Falls peoples and some other stuff. Some classic costumes, yeah, and then some Dark Falls costumes, weapon camos. It looks like lobby actions and a bunch of other stuff. You guys can check that out on your own. And then the mid-December update. So this is a little bit further down, but the mid-December update is going to be all classes reach level 90. Now, they didn't say we get any new skills. That's a little bit concerning. Hero is going to reach level 90 cap. So Hero level 90 cap is here. So Hero's going to jump from 80 directly to 90. Their unlock will be pretty easy. It's just 12-star units at plus 10. Not that big a deal. And then a new hero skill is supposed to be coming, Hero Refresh. Consumes half of the amount of hero gear to apply a hero will recovery effect and more. So that's concerning, because you want your hero gear to build up. That way you're able to go into your heroic mode or whatever, and do more damage, and of course have your finisher at the end. You don't want to spend half of that for a heal or recovery effect. What's going to matter is the and more part. It's going to depend on what that and more is. Hopefully it is something to do with damage. or something to make losing that potential damage worth it. But when I first look at Hero, Refresh is a skill that most top end players that are playing Hero very well probably won't end up ever using. So I look at it, and the first thing I think of is Limit Break, or what is it, Limit Break Insurance, which is not that great. So hopefully the and more will be something that makes it worth it. We'll have to see. Redoran 14-star pet, cool, another 14-star pet. A lot of us probably feel some way about that, not gonna lie. But this is an interesting perspective, or an interesting concept. So, and I'll just scroll down, I really don't care what it shows off, but we'll talk about it as we get to it. New left rings, but they're combined skill rings. So first one they show off is left just guard counter, which will be combining Heavenly F, Sonic Arrow, and Rising F. So combining all of those rings together, you're going to end up getting the just guard counter ring, which essentially will have the effect of all three rings, allowing you to better utilize those rings. It makes more sense. I think they're trying to move away from needing ring shortcuts for everything, because I know a lot of classes that do end up needing a lot of that. I feel my first thought is, again, is obviously Hunter here with the three different, like having a ring for each weapon. And then of course you have Fighter, which has the exact same problem. We have the left chase W support ring, which would be for the Double Saber, Twin Dagger, and Knuckle. It would cover all three of them, allowing you to use them all effectively and be able to chase, I believe, with all of them. I'm assuming this is going to be for the 2 chase portions and the wind. So that's kind of cool. And then you have the Brave Power Ring, which is going to be for katana count up and for bullet homing. Now, there apparently are more examples. There are going to be more rings, more combined left rings, so we'll have to see what they do. Fingers crossed to do something interesting with Bouncer. Probably not anything I'm going to care about, because it's going to cross like a left ring with... Well, you know what? Maybe it'll combine the 2 left rings that matter for dual blading, and then it'll combine some other stuff for jet boots. We'll have to see. But anyway, you're going to need plus 20 grinds of the rings. Hang on, you need... Or hold on. Let me reread that. There are more examples, but to create combined rings, you will need plus 20 grind of the material rings it requires. So yeah, you'll need plus 20 grind versions of those rings as materials to make those rings. So that's pretty fair. I can live with that. Plus 20 versions of the rings isn't the worst thing in the world to come across. So any of you guys who are looking forward to this, go ahead and get your rings leveled up, or go ahead and, you know, if you buy them off the auction or off the auction house, get them off the auction house or whatever, go ahead and get them off the marketplace and have those ready, because that is something that will be coming in the mid-December. We also get an AC scratch in mid-December of all these wonderful outfits. You guys can check those out on your own. We're also getting the Phantasy Star Zero collaboration at the same time, mid-December as well. Going to include some stuff in the exchange shop, as well as costumes, accessories, all that good stuff. Easy login added to PS4 version. Apparently there's going to be a change to the login system for PS4, making it simpler for them to log in. More entries added into the ARC's handbooks, probably teaching you guys more stuff in the ARC handbook for new players, which I'll probably check that out in the near future, since I'll be doing my PSO2 replay through, or my replay through of PSO2 from a new player's perspective. That's going to be pretty fun to do at some point. Premium features, unlimited seconds for lobby action freezing. I still don't know why that is a premium feature. I don't think that matters in the slightest. Granted, it doesn't matter that you lose out on it, but that's nothing that you would buy premium for, in my opinion. And 60-minute re-editing with color change pass, which I think is pretty cool. So they're allowing you, whenever you make a change with the color change pass, you have 60 minutes to change your mind, essentially, to something else, or change it back, or whatever. So you don't have to use another color change pass. You try it, you can go out on a mission, see how it looks, see if you like how it is, see if, you know, it's something for you, and then if you don't like it within 60 minutes, you can go back and change it again. But after that 60 minutes passes, you can't change without paying another color change pass. And going in and changing it doesn't increase your timer. So keep that in mind. As long as that follows the same rules as the character edit pass thing that they had beforehand. They'll be adding a new map to PvP. It's going to be Volcano Night, and apparently each arena map will have their own set of usable weapon types. So they're going to be changing it up. So instead of changing the weapon types across all arenas consistently, they're going to have each arena with their own weapon types. So I guess they'll balance the arenas around, or the weapons around the arena choice, or excuse me, they'll balance the weapon choices around the arenas. making the arenas, I guess, a little bit more fun to use. We'll have to check that out. PvP can be a bit fun, but with terrible ping, it's not the greatest. So, mid-December update, we're going to be getting Dark Falls Persona Battle. His attacks change when switching masks. Has a variety of attacks originating from each of the Dark Falls. 2 out of 4 of its forms will. I'm not sure what they mean by that. So it has 4 forms total. Only 2 are going to appear. Does that mean that we're getting a second part to this fight? Is the question. I have to see. Now I'm sure you guys can already see down here below. You're seeing this. Probably seeing these numbers right here. You're a bit concerned. So here it comes. Mid-December update. 15-star weapons are finally here, but we need to make a chart. 15-star austere new type weapon series will drop. You can upgrade from Invade NT to austere NT2. There's more to it than just that, and that's what makes me really excited, because I'm going to say they did this right. It sucks that it's going to be grindy, but I think they might have done this right. So we're gonna roll with this. So let's start. So Profound Weapon series can be upgraded into Celestial weapons. They're 13-star weapons. They can be upgraded into Celestial weapons. It doesn't say there's something that you have to give for them. It just says they can be upgraded. So I'm not sure what it'll take, but hopefully it's not too much. Probably just a plus 35, and then you can go into Celestial. So Celestial weapon series are 14-star weapons. Those can be upgraded into oh, hang on. No, here we go. Profound Weapon series, 13-star weapons you upgrade in Celestial. Celestial Weapon series, bring materials to Zeg, upgrade Profound into Celestial. Okay, so here's what you'll need. You need Profound Weapon plus 35, same weapon type, Qualifying Detonation Weapon, Qualifying Clawdem Weapon, Qualifying Allure Weapon, and Qualifying... So you need weapons from all these different past things that we've been able to do. I think you can still farm them all right now. So plus 35 versions of all of those weapons to get the Profound Weapon into a Celestial Weapon, which is pretty steep. I also need 150 of these stone drops, which come from the Dark Falls Persona EQ. I don't know how many of them are going to drop. I feel like it's probably going to be 2 to 3. 150 of them is a lot. So, yikes. Like I said, it's grindy, but it is going to be for the next step, which is Lightstream Weapon Series 15-star weapons. Apparently you can suggest a better name, whatever, but you need to bring the materials to Zeg to upgrade a Celestial weapon to a Lightstream weapon. Celestial weapon plus 35 of the same weapon type. You'll need 400 X cubes, and then you will also require an Amphoryte stone, which is going to require that you complete the Dark Falls Persona EQ times. Now, I know some of you are already like, but they're going to lock it behind a number of EQs we have to do, and the EQ is only going to come at a certain time. And one thing to note, one thing to mention, new EQs come rapid fire. They keep throwing out that new EQ, and they'll do it over and over and over and over and over again. So if you're on top of wanting to get this weapon, if you want to grind out this weapon, then you will be able to in a reasonable amount of time. That's not me saying that them tying it to a freaking EQ is the right thing to do. I get it. It's annoying. Having to do it at timed intervals sucks, but it does make it a bit exciting. It means that that new EQ that's coming up, you want to get to it as soon as you can when it pops up. Eventually, you will get the weapon itself. Don't get me wrong. You're going to get it. It's a 15-star weapon. It's going to be a weapon you'll use for a long time. I wouldn't rush it in the first place. Get it when you get it, okay? So, 15-star weapon, you'll require 400 X cubes, that Amphoryte stone from cleaning it 50 times, which I feel like you're going to already have just for getting these fucking stones in the first place. It says literally clear it 50 times. It doesn't say clear it 50 times on the highest difficulty. It doesn't say, it says 50 times flat. We all know that, titles are not character specific. They go cross characters on the ship, so it'll be fine. I think it might be cross account. I haven't tried cross shipping the character thing. We'll see. Anyway, so that is your 15-star weapon. Now, the reason why I'm okay with this is because it's not the only one. There's another one. Atra EX weapon series are also going to be 15-star weapons. Bring the materials to Zeg to upgrade your Atra into an Atra EX. It'll require a plus 35 Atra weapon and a plus 35 Lumiere weapon. So you will also be able to upgrade Atras into Atra EX. That's another 15-star weapon. Now, again, that is kind of a steep bet. It does require that you make an Atra, which Atras weren't too difficult to make, and they actually now these days aren't too difficult to make either. You can get a hold of everything you need to make an Atra weapon pretty easily. And again, I would be like, you know what? This is still a bit grindy, still a bit steep. But there's another one. They're giving us 3 choices for 15-star weapons. First, I just want to go ahead and take a moment to say there are 3 different choices for 15-star weapons of all of the weapon types, from what I understand. I haven't ever seen them do something like this before. All of these different weapons, all of them are set to come out mid-December. So one thing that people have been complaining about of wanting is choice. I want an option. I want a way to go after the weapon that I want. How can I do that? It's not fair. There's not enough options, not enough choices. I'm pigeonholed into this one. There are 3 choices right here. You've got 3 options. And then this was literally the icing on the cake. I would say the cherry on top, where I was just like, okay, now you know they're paying attention. Now you know they're listening, because people have been pissed. Bring the materials to Siege to upgrade your old type Austere or new type Invade. The old type Austere weapons will upgrade into the new type 15-star weapons. Let that sink in for a moment. Everyone who has been crying about wanting these weapons to matter, people have been up in arms about my Austere. I worked so hard on it, it has not been of any use. I can't make it into a new type weapon. That is literally what you're doing. You're turning your old type Austere into Austere new type, which is a 15-star weapon. Now, the second part of this, you have your old type Austere weapon. You also need an Ares weapon plus 35, a Nemesis weapon plus 35, and a Slave weapon plus 35 of the same type. Now, to be fair, even I have all of these, and I haven't played in a long time. And I don't have a freaking Austere. So I feel like this is not too difficult of a thing to do. Something you can go out and grind. But what the crazy part about this is, if I remember correctly, the ultimate quests still drop the weapons. Now, granted, they're not as high of a drop rate as they were before, but the ultimate quests themselves still drop the weapons. And if they do, if I'm remembering that correctly, that means they just made every single ultimate quest relevant. All of them. They're all relevant if you had the old type Austere stuff. And that's the route that you want to take. Or, you know, if you have an Atra, get Atra EX. Or if you don't want either one of those and you want to try out the new Lightstream, go for the Lightstream weapon. Now, kicker is they don't know what each of the potentials on these weapons do. You can assume the Austere is going to have, the Austere new type will have the same thing that the old type had. You can assume the Atra will be something around the same. Lightstream, we have really no idea. I'm guessing whatever the Celestial weapon is, maybe it's going to be pulling off of that. We don't know just yet. But keep that in mind, guys. That is 3 types of 15-star weapons, all with completely different paths to get them from different points of content, even including past players. That is insane. That is absolutely mind-boggling, and I would have never guessed that this is the route they would have gone. So yeah, I don't even care about the rest of the stuff that's on this list. All the rest of the stuff is PSO2 ES, and then we have the Ark's New Year's Carnival. You guys can see all this stuff. This will be coming later on. Omega Nightmare Strikes, apparently. Fuck, Omega Nightmare, dude. Let's go. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm really, really, really taken back. I'm surprised. I'm blown away by what they've decided to do this time around. That's actually pretty awesome. And then, of course, the new content. I mean, I'm kind of excited for Ultimate Solo Quest. That sounds really cool. I may not be the best at it. I'm sure you guys have known from those of you guys who hung out in the stream. I'm not the best at playing my class. I'm not going to lie about it, dude. I get my ass kicked all the time. I take tons of damage because I like to spam. I can't help it. But this looks really, really cool. And I really want to try this out. This is actually content I can get excited about. I'm legitimately, genuinely excited to try this out. And these changes that are coming up, a lot of them make sense. Some of them I'm just like, yeah, you know, not so much, but we'll have to see. I am curious to see what the other ring skills are going to be, what the other abilities are going to be, and if all classes are going to level 90, if we're going to be getting any new abilities in general. Hopefully we will. We may not. We might just get 5 more points, because we did get something at 85, and Hero's not getting anything at 85. So that might be kind of the toss-up there, but let me know what you guys think. Are you excited? Concerned? I mean, maybe I want to be excited for the whole 15-star weapon system. I'm sure you guys can think of, like, you know, ways that this might not work out. By all means, discuss that in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on another one of these. I know this one's a bit longer because of how excited I was about this. I wanted to talk about this in general. But yeah, anyways, hopefully this goes through and we don't have any problems, and I'll see you guys in the next one.